Hey, for months, your life revolved around getting the job. You updated your resume, you answered recruiters' emails, you flew across the country checking out the lay of the land. You met everybody. And now you have the job. Yeah! Woohoo! Oof. But nobody really talks about what comes next. Okay? So let's talk about the excitement. Oh man, you get the offer, right? And it's not just if you're experienced educator and professional working in a black professional working in private schools with my audience, that's who I'm talking to. You you you're excited. You've done the work. You're relieved because now all of that applying, it almost felt like back when you were applying to college, right? Oh my goodness. Sorry. Back when you were applying to college and it was just like you apply, you put your best foot forward. Sorry, I'm trying to fix my my fan because it's hot in here. Um excuse me. So you're relieved now, right? The pressure to prove yourself. You did it. You convinced every person. Whether you just say, for instance, when I say black professionals, I mean all of us that have jobs working in private schools. So maybe you're working in the business office, and you had to work interview with a small committee. But if you're a division head or you're going to run your own division, you're learning specialist, you're going to run the learning center, um, you're the dean of faculty at a new school. All of these things require that you meet a broader expanse of people. But all that's done, you did that. Okay, now you got to learn new names. Hi vey, I'm the worst. I was in my let me introduce myself. LaRonda Greats. I am a 25-year experienced private school educator who created our own lane community because I know what you're going through. And I wanted to build a community to support you, to mentor you, to help you get through some of the things that you may not have even thought about yet, right? So you're gonna learn these new names. I was saying that I was in the in the gym this morning and called the instructor by the wrong name. I realized I called him by the wrong name. It was like, whoop, the worst. I'm bad with names. Reading the culture as you walk into your new environment. What is going on here? And it's quiet because it's July, so it's kind of a chill atmosphere. You haven't even mixed in the kids and the parents and the things. Okay, you're trying to figure out who can you trust. Who I hope you were assigned a mentor, right, in school. Mentor, somebody to show you the ropes, somebody to show you where the pencil sharpener is and the copy machine. We still making copies in school? I think so. I think it's important that they hold some paper, right? You might need to copy something. You go to HR, you got to copy your driver's license and all your ID is important. So they need to show you where the copy room and where are the mailboxes. Where do you get your anything anybody wants to give to you, right? You're going to have a little slot somewhere. Where are those slots in your new environment? You're trying not to make mistakes. Don't be so hard on yourself in that area because we all do that. The interview process tested whether you could do the work. Your first year will teach you how this institution actually works. So, no matter how much experience work experience you have, if you're starting at a new school, it's a new environment, new things to learn. Okay, so here are the lessons that only an insider knows. This is where my 25 years matters. Every school has written policies and every school has unwritten rules. I've recorded videos about that before. So you can go and look in my playlist and see if you can find one of those. You'll be going and learning both, right? Those written rules and the unwritten rules. Do not rush to prove yourself. You already did that. You got when they handed you keys to your office, when they handed you keys to the building, the proving is over. You've done that. Spend time observing, looking around. People might be coming and asking your opinion. I remember one job I had, and in the first year they wanted to know, they wanted me to contribute a book to their all school read list. And I'll be dating myself. You can do the math. It wasn't that long ago, but maybe about 10 years ago, I guess. Because the book that I had read that summer had been Ta-Nehisi Coates' Between the World and Me. And I thought everybody in the world should read that book. I thought it was excellent. Still think it's an outstanding read. It's an easy read, and especially if it's an all-school read. So that school was 9 through 12. So get the kids reading it, get the adults reading it, we can get the parents reading it, everybody. As I look back over my eagerness to share a book, this is when somebody asks you a question as the Black professional, I'm thinking I'm carrying the ancestors on my back. I've got to share with this community that may not have a lot of people coming from my cultural background. I want to represent. And I didn't want to go too deep or anything. And Ta-Nehisi Coates wrote that book to his 15-year-old son. So, as I thought it was easy. As I look back over the conversations that I had to have convincing parents that book was not too complicated for their child to read, that the book was age appropriate, right? And I even went back and looked at some of the previous all school reads that had been approved and that the school had read. And it was a joke to me because I Am Malala was one of the books that they had read, and I thought, so the experience of a Pakistani girl was not too complicated for you all to understand. But the experience of an inner city Black boy in the United States, an American, was complicated. So that's just an example of what you may run into as you are eager to share your culture and feel like you are a part. Somebody asks you, so of course you want to share what you know. I think you should. I don't regret my decision to do it. I just, like I said, thinking back over what the experience was like. Build relationships before trying to change everything. No matter what role you're in, build relationships. Your relationships that you have over the course of your career at this new job, new school, will carry you far. They're carrying me far. That's what I'm leaning on, my relationships that I have with my former colleagues with folks who have worked with me in the past, and leaning on them, y'all, to join our own lane, because you know how I roll, you know how I do, you know how I care about people and how I care for people. Okay, so when you think about community, so the mistake is believing that because you've landed the position, you no longer need support. I actually think you need support more now than you did during your interview. Okay? And that leads me to our own lane. What am I talking about? My community that I created. I created a community that I wish I had had back when I started in 1998. Yep, 150,000 years ago. That's the way it feels, right? Certainly was a generation, right? Anybody born in 1998 is grown now. That's just facts. So, if this is your first July in a new school, or if it's your 5th July or your 25th July, you don't have to figure this out alone. That's why I built our own lane. And we have 3 different lanes, right? The on-ramp is free. I'd love for you. If you're a Black professional who's working in private schools, I'd love for you to join the on-ramp. Come, we're going to ramp up that conversation, and we're going to be in community with each other. Okay? And if you're looking for deeper support this school year, the accelerator and the pace setter lanes will begin the first week in August. Enrollment closes July 31st. Do not wait. Do not wait. This is my my first cohort. I came up with this idea, and I don't want to have, I want us to start strong at the beginning. You join, and then we build the community, and not have, new babies being born and coming in, and et cetera, like that. You get the idea. So one of the subtitles for our own lane is your lane, your people, here. Okay? So join the community. The link will be in the description. The link for you to register for the accelerator, the pace setter, the on-ramp. And there's also, if you click on my website, ourownlanecommunity.com, if you want to ask me more questions, like you want to go deeper in this conversation, and I'm going to record a video every week talking about different things that relate to working in private schools as a Black professional. But maybe you want to have a one-on-one conversation. There's a link for that too. I hope to see you in the community. Take care. Bye.